Hello Year 10. So this may be one of my absolute favourite translations in the entirety of Book 3 because it's just Modestus and Strithio being Modestus and Strithio. I mean, I don't really know how else to put that. So let's have a look at some of the grammar in this then, and let's go through the translation. So as you can see, I have colour-coded, as has been hopefully useful to you. So we've got nominative Modestus and Strithio. We've got Pap here. Having left e carcere from the prison. So prison here is in the ablative because e or x takes the ablative. So Modestus and Strithio, having left from the prison, fled to the granary. So ad takes the accusative, so that's why horreum is in the accusative here. So, verb first. They crawled through the narrow opening and they were remaining hidden in the granary. Okay, so PPP, that would normally be celatus if there was only one of them, but as there's two of them, it's celati. Okay. The centurion, let's have a look at the verb. So we've got widiset here. So widiset being a subjunctive verb, we know that when we see cum, that's going to change into when rather than with. Okay, so the centurion, when he had seen the open gate of the cell, so apertas, again we've got a PPP here, okay, so the opened gate of the cell, or the gate of the cell having been opened, but that sounds horrible. So the centurion, when he had seen the opened gate of the cell and the having been deserted prison, or the deserted prison, was very angry. So it's got to be very angry because it's issimus here, okay? So, verb first. He ordered the soldiers. Right, now, I know you would be expecting to see an accusative here, but impero takes a dative, so it's more like he gave an order to the soldiers, so it takes a dative rather than an accusative. So he ordered the soldiers ut caperent, so that they might capture Modestus and Strithio. Or you could have, he ordered the soldiers to capture Modestus and Strithio. So it's a indirect command there. So, however, the soldiers, although they were searching through the whole camp, so per takes an accusative, all right, through the whole camp, we're not able to find them. So the soldiers, however, although they were searching through the whole camp, were not able to find them. So they remained, having been hidden, for 2 days. Right, duo dies here. This is an accusative of duration of time. So if you wanted to say for 2 days, you would put that in the accusative, which is what's happened here. All right. Tertio die is, as you'll notice, an ablative. All right. So that is an ablative of time when. So we translate that as on the 3rd day. So on the 3rd day, Modestus was so miserable that he was not able to bear the situation any longer. We've got a result clause here. Okay, this is a result clause. He was so miserable that a thing happened. That is a result. Okay. Right. So Modestus says, "How unlucky I am. I should prefer to be in that prison rather than in this barn, rather than to lie hidden in this barn. Oh no, I see grain everywhere, but I am not able to consume it. What sort of life is this?" I love Modestus because he is such a drama queen. He reminds me of me a little bit. So, Strithio says, "My dear Modestus." So you'll notice that Modeste here is in the vocative because he is addressing Modestus directly. All right, so my dear Modestus, it is difficult for us to remain here any longer. However, now it is getting dark. We've got a ne here, so do you want me, having left, that's a perfect active participle, having left from the barn to look for food? So would you like me, having left from the barn, to look for food? Nominative first, all right? This sentence is a bit of a mess if you don't do nominative first. So, food always brings hope to very miserable men, all right? So we've got two datives here, which tells us that it's two very miserable men. Modestus says, "That is the best plan. Nobis cenandum est." Right, this is something that we've not really covered unless I've been really challenging you with Latin. Cenandum is what's called a gerundive, all right? Gerundives simply mean that it's a must, okay? So if you were to translate this horribly, it would be something along the lines of, "It is musting for us to dine," but we don't translate like that because we're not absolute fools. So, we must dine. Strithio, he's addressing Strithio, so this is going to be in the vocative. Strithio, "First, go to the cook." So this I here is an imperative, go. All right, so Strithio, "First go to the cook." Eube, we've got another imperative here. "Order him to cook a splendid dinner and to carry it here." Then, another imperative, "Look for Aulus and Publicus, our friends." You'll notice that I have swapped Aulum and Publicum for their names in the nominative, all right? So Aulus and Publicus, not Aulum and Publicum. Invita, so another imperative here, "Invite them to dinner." Order Aulus to bring a jar of wine. So here we've got another genitive. And then we're going to have to borrow this order here for this second part of the sentence to make sense. Order Publicus to bring a lamp. Then run to town. Curre here being, again, an imperative. Quaere, yet another imperative. Look for nigrina. Right. Verb first for this part of the sentence. She is the best genitive of the dancing girls. Okay? Right. Nominative first. Dancing girls always bring comfort. Dative to me. Right. Strithio is a little bit unwilling here. What did you say? We've got a question with this nay. Do you want me to take a dancing girl in the camp? Modestus, Abi, okay, a direct command here. Go, idiot, Caudex. Right, so we've got a whole bunch of indirect commands now because this is the reporting of everything that Strithio did for Modestus. So, Strithius, in order to carry out ut efficeret, so in order to carry out the orders of Modestus, quickly left, or left quickly. He persuaded the cook, all right, so persuasio takes a dative, so he persuaded the cook in order that he might prepare a splendid dinner, or in more natural English, he ordered the cook to prepare a splendid dinner. Next part of the sentence, he persuaded, remember, persuasio takes a dative, so he persuaded Aulus and Publicus in order that they should bring wine and a lamp, or he persuaded Aulus and Publicus to bring wine and a lamp. He begged Nigrina in order that she might come in the camp, or he persuaded Nigrina to come to the camp, but he was not able to persuade her. Who can blame her?